time for the boys.
One time for the boys.
Do it for the gram. Like, this man's sad. This man's sad. Hey, this year I decided to attend Rugged Maniac 2022. Rugged Maniac is a 5K obstacle course. I did this alone last year, but this year a couple of friends decided to join me along in the adventure. I'm extremely excited to share my experience. Hope everyone enjoys. And just before getting into the video, I want to give a big shout out to my friends Giovanni and Gerardo for coming along. I know this was very difficult, but it was definitely a fun thing to do. Let's set up the mood for a second. We woke up extremely early. We ended up leaving our homes at 6:30 to get to the event at 7:30. They left us an hour and a half to get ready. That's check in, sign in, and prepare for the race mentally. Spirits were pretty low to begin with. We decided to do a couple of stretches, and soon we felt the hype creeping up on us. We kept receiving warnings about a thunderstorm that was in the area. The race might have been canceled. So the goal was to complete the race within the hour to avoid the storm. Let's stop delaying any further, and let's get into it.
3, 2, 1! Let's get rugged!
This is me. I think it's apparent I need to rethink my life a little bit.
Yeah, look, everyone's hitting it.
Now that the race has started, we begin with a quick warm-up run. The run took me about 3 minutes to complete, and the first obstacle we encounter is Over and Out, which is about a 5-foot wall. It's honestly almost as tall as me, and right after a low-hanging wall that you can just squat under. A quick jump and a quick duck gets me right through it. And immediately after that, another minute run. And at this point, I'm looking ahead, looking for my friend Giovanni, just to realize he's getting further and further away from me. By the time I realize, he's already clearing the next obstacle, Ridge Runner. Ridge Runner is a tricky ladder that is spaced oddly for short people like me, unfortunately. Either way, using a long stretch gets me over. I always find the hardest part about these obstacles just getting over them. Another 30-second run and I get to pole position. It's a 5-foot tall platform, which is great for me. And I have to vault that and then grab onto a pole and slide down, which makes me look hot as hell. Another minute run and I am once again looking at another ladder obstacle. This one's the cliffhanger. This is a 10-foot ladder that goes up vertically and comes out slightly at the top. And once again, getting over it is kind of the hardest part for me. Next is the Great Escape, which is about a third wooden fence and 2/3 chain link fence. Honestly, I said screw this and I reached for the very top and I used nothing but upper body strength to get me over. I did not want to deal with climbing the chain link fence. These next 3 obstacles are pretty much back to back. First is Commando Crawl. It's the first obstacle with water, and this one has barbed wire right above your head. I think the temperature outside was around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have the tendency to feel like I'm drowning when I have water in my face, so excuse my panting. I started this obstacle by crawling with my hands and my knees, but I quickly realized I could just claw and let my legs float, and that would be much faster to get through it. Then I ran straight into Shoe Catcher. This obstacle is meant to take off your shoes, but in reality, it was just making my socks wet, and it was pretty annoying. It did slow me down to step through because I did not want to slip and fall on my face. Then I spent the next 40 seconds pretty happy that I just had to run, and it allowed me to dry off a little bit. And I quickly did the next obstacle, Pull Your Weight. It's a 45-pound weight that you have to pull 16 feet up. And of course, the next obstacle just happens to include water. Number 9 is rinse and repeat. I really don't like having my face near water, as I mentioned previously. I should try and remember to close my mouth next time before continuing into an obstacle like this. But simply, you just move over a cylinder and under this like pyramid wall thing twice, and that's how you get over this one. I might have forgot to mention, but this is the second year I've done this. I do not know how to complete off the rails. Essentially, you grab onto a string and you take a running start and you go into the water. There's no way of completely passing the water, but you could get yourself a lead if you get halfway through it. I can never get enough momentum to get myself midway, so I end up just falling in the beginning every time. But I still blame my height on this one too. Oh, look. It's another obstacle where you have to be tall. This one's Barzan. Basically, it's just monkey bars. People handle this obstacle differently. I honestly did a little bit better this year by at least reaching the first horizontal bar. It's not on the video, but big shout out to Giovanni for completing this one all the way through. I totally believe he got at least 3 phone numbers just by completing that obstacle alone. As I was going through it, my hat fell off my head, but I quickly caught it. And there's always these mud hills that slow people way down. I gotta say, being short actually helps out. I kind of just run through these. Next, we had Tipsy Timber. It's actually a new obstacle this year. It has several 2x4s that you balance on. I'm almost positive they added mud to these to make them worse. I had Ye on my right, and he just happened to slip in. I attempted this, and there was someone right behind me, and I knew that if they fell, I would fall too. I didn't want to deal with any more water, so I went over these really carefully. And as I mentioned, I quickly run through these mud hills. Last year, I didn't have much of a hard time on Frog Hop, but this year it brought me down to my knees. Now I reach the trenches, and the trenches is a great way to make sure you're not getting lazy. They're just wide enough that you have to give enough effort to get over them. 15 is claustrophobia, and this year, in my opinion, was pointless, mainly because they didn't cover it, meaning you could literally walk through it. I think Giovanni was confused as I was, as he was looking back to make sure nobody was going to call him out for cheating or something. And I'm finally getting close enough to Giovanni to kind of keep up at his pace, but he still has enough strength to get away and start running. After running a minute up a hill, it seems like it starts getting to him and he starts to slow down. Now we're on obstacle 16, peak performance. This obstacle is best done with some hops, so I got a little bit of momentum going and kind of treat it as a trampoline. And this next segment is just simply 4 minutes of non-stop running. And I feel like these portions are truly the test of strength. Finally, I reached the water station and I'm debating if I should take a drink or not, but I had to. You might remember earlier in the video an obstacle called Shoe Catcher, where we just basically walk through water. Whatever this section is coming up, this should be called Shoe Catcher. Every time I took a step in this mud, I felt my shoes getting heavier and heavier to the point where every step I risked slipping. I started doing short but high hops to get through this, but this section is actually called Quad Burners. It's just a bunch of hills you have to run up. Since it rained the night before, these were probably one of the worst obstacles to deal with. I started slipping every time I'd run up these hills. And as soon as I was done with this section and done with this mud, I started scraping my shoes against the floor to get them clean.
Come on. It's a big shoot. How you doing, brother? Yeah. All right, let's get it.
This next one's one of my favorite obstacles. It's vertigo. It's a 15-foot cargo net that you have to climb over. The first year I did this, I truly felt like, oh damn, I can actually get hurt.
Don't worry about it, brother. I got stuck. Ain't my fault.
A quick loop around vertigo gets me to spiderweb. I go as low as possible to the floor and I crawl underneath all the rope, sliding past it. I actually got some wonderful comments from the volunteers.
Thanks, bro.
Number 20 is Pyromaniac. It's burning logs that we have to jump over, and breathing that hot air really slowed me down. I believe this was the only time I actually slowed down in the entire race at roughly 30 minutes, where I just had to take a quick walk. Another 3-minute run leads me to 21, the head scratcher. It's just some low-hanging barbed wire. I noticed the guy in the orange shirt in front of me roll through it, and I thought that was a great idea. Some of the volunteers started to worry about how close my head was to the barbed wire. At this point, I noticed my watch stopped tracking my progress, and I spent the time trying to fix it.
Thanks, bro.
A quick minute run leads me to Hang Loose. It's free hanging cargo net that swings around. The first year I tried this, it was actually super difficult. If you take your time and you make sure you're moving like Mario, it gets the job done. After rushing through Hang Loose, I do another minute run, and I noticed the beautiful sight of Mount Maniac. I remember from last year that it was the end of the race. I decided to jog this entire section until I was close enough just to get enough rest to prepare me for what is 23, the warped wall, essentially a half pipe. Once I reached the grass that the warped wall was sitting on, I took a couple of deep breaths and I went for it. I remember this from last year, and I refused to do it more than once. This year, I managed to get it in one shot. I'm so proud of myself. Obstacle 25 is the accelerator, and it's probably the best way to end a race. It's a simple slide that leads into water, and as soon as you're through the water, all you have to do is a quick run. After finishing, I started getting curious about where Giovanni and Gerardo were, so I started walking back. I noticed Giovanni was on the slide. I wanted to give him motivation, so I started running to him like Jerry Springer's cameraman, and I started yelling at him.
Let's go! Come on, yay! Come on, yay! You're almost done! Less than a fucking minute, let's go! Let's go! Don't let me run faster than you! Come on, yay! Finish it! Finish it! Finish it! Finish it!
Oh yeah, we got more and more finishers crossing the finish line here at Rugged Maniac 2022. Your shot is going to happen in less than a couple of minutes here, 9:45.
Hell yeah, bro. How you feel? Hell yeah. You still got really top, bro. You're good. Hell yeah. Walk it off. Come on. I'm gonna go find Gerardo. Come on. Pesados?
I literally
Nah, hell no, hell no. I believe you though, cause you got a good leap on you. Like, come on, Gerardo! Let's go! It don't count unless you do it. Let's go! Geek up, let's go! Good jump, one try! Up!
Why are you slowing down?
Yeah! Come on, Gerardo!
Why are you slowing down? Just
Come on,
go.
you gotta go. It's gotta be heavy. Hardest. I'm serious. Pick up. Faster, harder! Yeah! That's it, finish it! Finish it! Finish it, Gerardo! You got two other people next to you, let's go! Let's go! That's it! Ron, that's it, come on! All right, all my members are accounted for. I'm done. I'm done. I couldn't run that last part. That was cooked. How you feel?
I want to puke.
Yeah, he did it.
I did too.
Puke. Go nutty. Let me crown you too. Come here. You can badge you, boy. Congratulations, buddy. That's it. That's it. That's it, boys.
Dude, before the first obstacle, I twisted my ankle.
Oh yeah, no, you got. I forgot to warn you. You gotta like tiptoe. I was watching the crap out of whoever was in front of me, because if they did something wrong, I would have known it, or I would have followed them because they're doing great.
I was taking baby steps.
Oh yes.
Yo, when we got to the mud and the shoes weighed more and more and more, that was the worst. I literally stepped once. I was like, oh, it's a little heavy. Oh, it's a little heavy. Heavy. I was like, this. I just went like that.
The quad burner.
Yeah.
In all mud everywhere. I'm like,
Oh, yeah. As soon as I got to the rocks, I was like.
And that's it. I'm already signed up for next year's race, and I hope I do even better than I did this year. I want to give everyone a huge thank you for watching this video to the end. And if you're new to the channel, I want to hear your opinion. I've never done content like this. If you like it, then let me know in the comments. Thanks again, homies. Peace.